Folks in Haiti, man, cannot get a break. Of course, weeks after the assassination of the nation's president, a massive earthquake, 7.2, hit that island, hit that country, folks, leaving more than 1,300 people dead. Significant devastation in the country of Haiti. Joining us right now is Bocchit Edmond. He is the ambassador to the United States of Haiti. Ambassador Edmond, glad to have you back on Roland Martin Unfiltered. What is the situation there? Has the death toll been updated? And what kind of assistance is Haiti asking of the international community? Ambassador, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
More than 1,300 people have perished. Has there been an update on the death toll? And also, what are you asking of the international community in terms of assistance?
I think the death toll now is 1,400 and more than 7,000 wounded. And what we can ask for now is the continued international assistance to help us manage this crisis, because the southern part of the country has been completely destroyed by this powerful earthquake. And now I believe the most important thing is, since we have already received some assistance in terms of search and rescue, and I think now we need to concentrate on medical supplies, because the hospital were already overwhelmed by the COVID, but now they are facing a situation where they need more medical equipment and more meds and so on. So now the critical part is to assist the wounded and to assist those who were saved, and to give them the good care that they need.
What percentage of the country has been impacted by this earthquake?
I believe it's 3 geographical departments. The southern part, the southern part of the country, which has 3 geographical departments. I believe that we can talk about around more than 6 or 5, between 4 to 5 million people. But the areas, most of the remote areas where it's very difficult to attend, now the assistance is needed mostly, and as we are getting from the U.S. Coast Guard some help with helicopters to get access to those places where very remote areas where people are trapped, and to bring them to the cities where they can receive medical attention.
You talked about hospitals being overwhelmed by COVID. Are you setting up remote hospitals? How is that going? And do you have Doctors Without Borders and others? Are folks also coming in to provide assistance?
Yes, Doctors Without Borders are there. And then we hope to receive some medical help from Israel by tomorrow morning. And then some hospital hospital are being conceived to see how they can help with those with the situation, because the current hospital now overwhelmed, they are full. Now I believe the efforts are being concentrated on trying to makeshift hospital and to make sure that those people who need attention get what they really need to do.
There's always a lot of questions around people want to help. Who should they work with? Are there any particular entities, specific entities, that the Haitian government is asking people to give to, as opposed to what often happens is there are a lot of different people who say, give to us, give to us. And so are there particular, especially for African Americans, people are asking us, how can we help? Where are you directing people to give?
Well, I understand it's a very tricky situation, because we experienced it in 2010. Because for the current moment, what we are trying to do, we are trying to avoid to make the same mistake again. Because now we just don't want to direct people to any organization like this without making sure that those are credible organizations. We are currently working with the Ministry of Planning and some other entities, because what we want to do, we don't want to receive any goods, any material whatsoever. what we want to encourage people to give their financial support when those people and the remote areas and they can get assistance to rebuild their lives, because we just don't want to collect things and things that are not necessary now. The most important thing is, if you can help, do it with your financial support. And we are going to put a list very soon, and certainly my office will share it with you as well. And that list will be on the website of the embassy, and so the contributions can be made to those places. But for now, we just don't want, or we are not ready yet to name some specific organization, because we want to make sure those organizations are credible and people can trust them.
All right. Ambassador Bocchit Edmond, Ambassador of Haiti to the United States, we certainly appreciate you joining us. We look forward to having you back, and whatever assistance that our audience can provide, we certainly are able to. We hope to do so. As someone who, on my mother's father's side, they migrated from Haiti to the United States in the 1800s, and so certainly there are a lot of folks in this country who have descendants from Haiti. Of course, we also know about Haiti gaining its freedom from slavery, and so it's important that we also support the brothers and sisters there.
Thank you so very much, Roland. I really appreciate your assistance and your help, and certainly I'll be more than happy to come back and to talk to your audience about what is being done now.
All right, we surely appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
I want to go to my panel right now, folks, and bring them in. We're joined by Avis Jones DeWeaver, also Omakongo Dabinga. He's with us as well as Michael Brown. Glad to have all three of you here. Avis, I want to start with you. That last part, it really is important, because look, whenever these things happen, historically you've had people say give to the Red Cross, but they've had significant issues when it comes to actually providing the resources there. And so one of the things that I've been doing is reaching out to Haitian Americans to say, where do you want African Americans to be giving and what type of support? We also know there are African American and African American organizations, and also provide resources and things along those lines. That to me is also important as well. So we are sure that our dollars and our goods are going to use and going to credible organizations.
That is so critical. As you mentioned, we've been burned before in terms of providing support to the Red Cross, thinking that it would make it to the Haitian people, only to find that there were all sorts of problems going on there. And so I completely agree with you. We need to reach out to Haitian Americans, organizations that have relationships with people on the ground in Haiti, to make sure that we are there in a way that can actually make sure that our dollars are making the difference for the people who so desperately need it right now. Haiti has such a powerful history. We owe so much to the people of Haiti. To me, it is just so imperative that we make sure that we support them right now as they find themselves again in an hour of need.
You also have torrential rains with tropical storm that is impacting recovery efforts there. And Michael, it's one thing after another, and you just sit there and go, man, can Haiti get a break?
Apparently not. And as my heart clearly goes out to our brothers and sisters in Haiti, I see that you have been shopping at Goodwill Enterprises to get your clothing. And as you have been shopping
at
Goodwill, I mean, you can get nice stuff there for like a dime, for a quarter, and I see that you took advantage of it. So I understand. You're right about Haiti, not getting a break. And I guess the question is, the United States clearly steps up for folks in the region, in this hemisphere. I don't understand, and I could be wrong, and maybe, feel free to correct me. Does France do their part in Haiti when it's time for search and rescue and sending medical aid and things that they need to recover? Because it seems like the burden is always on this hemisphere with the United States and Canada and some European countries. I just don't see France doing what they're supposed to do.
Congo, look, you heard the ambassador say Israel's going to be providing assistance. Historically, Cuba has provided assistance as well. Michael makes a great point. The country that Haiti, frankly, had to pay back a lot of money for gaining its independence, they should be stepping up as well.
Oh, most definitely. And that's the case with many of these former colonial areas. And, on many levels, Haiti is actually still paying France now for what it did. I'm talking financially as well as politically. And Michael is right. These countries often don't step up. My parents are from the Congo, and, we have a history there as relates to the Belgians who left us with one college graduate in the entire country. And so that history is real. And I hope that the people of France also put pressure on its government to also support it. Look, we have to make sure, because one of the things you also mentioned with the ambassador is so important, and Dr. Weaver, I mentioned it as well, is that the history is so important. And so many times we see Haiti in the news, it's related to something that's disastrous. But we got to start ingraining in the minds of people, especially black folks here and internationally as well, that it was what happened with Toussaint Louverture that led to the Louisiana Purchase, which helped the United States grow and expand exponentially with Jefferson and the like. And once people start to realize that there's that real gloried history and that has been part of a spirit of revolution, I think that many of us, not any of us here, because we obviously know the story, will stop looking at Haiti as a charity case and look at it as an extension of black revolution throughout the diaspora that needs our support in order to get where it needs to go. And so I'm also glad that the ambassador said to wait until they provide a place where we can go and support financially, because too many of us want to just send money elsewhere, but we have to really wait and be patient to make sure we're supporting our people.
Absolutely. And folks, it's absolute devastation there. Again, you heard the ambassador say more than 1,400 have been confirmed dead in Haiti. They are continuing the rescue efforts. And so you got the earthquake. Then, of course, you have the tropical storm that has downpour of rain that has descended upon the island as well. And so it's just problem after problem. And so we're certainly going to provide, once we get that list, provide the list of organizations that you can actually give to, whether it's economic resources or whether it's goods. We want to make sure that credible organizations are getting those resources to the people there who absolutely need it. And so that's absolutely going to be our focus.
Folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Ceek.com, we're partnering with them, of course. We appreciate their support right here on Roland Martin Unfiltered. Check out a couple of their products that you can take advantage of.
And you're watching us on Ceek.
What's going on? This Quavo Honcho. Right now you in the Honcho's world. Please let the music play.
Enjoy the Ceek.com video by using one of their virtual reality headsets. All you do is just pop your phone right here into the VR headset and enjoy the content. You can also take advantage of their 360-degree headphones. These headphones here come in a couple of colors, black and gold, but then also all gold. And so you can check these out. If you want to use our promo code to get a discount, it's RMVIP21, RMVIP21. Then, of course, a portion of the proceeds comes back to Roland Martin Unfiltered, which allows for us to fund the show. And so this is a black-owned company, and we certainly believe in supporting black-owned companies. Mary Spiel is the founder. And so, again, go to Ceek.com and use the promo code RMVIP21.